share with you something very, very special. We actually have an animal in our pool here that is going to come out to the front pool that I'm sure the majority of you have never seen before in person. That is a short-fin pilot whale. And she has a very interesting story. Here she is. Her name is Fredi. Fredi's estimated to be between 4 and 5 years old, and she was rescued from a mass stranding in the Florida Keys in June of 2011. Now there were 23 pilot whales in all that were in this mass stranding, including Fredi, and all but 2 passed away, Fredi being one of them. Here she is. Look to your left. Here comes Fredi. Right in the center. Or over to the right, that's good too. Now when we heard about this mass stranding event down in the Florida Keys, rescue and rehabilitation teams from here at SeaWorld and other facilities around the state jumped into action. We went down to assist the Marine Mammal Conservancy in the rehabilitation of these animals. Now Fredi was so young, in fact she was about 1.5 years old estimated at the time, that the federal agencies, the Marine Mammal Conservancy, the National Marine Fisheries Services, that oversees the Marine Mammal Conservancy, deemed her to be an unreleasable orphan cat. Basically, she was too young to survive on her own in the wild. So we were able to provide her a home here at SeaWorld Orlando, where she has been receiving round-the-clock care from our very dedicated staff of animal trainers and animal care specialists and veterinarians. Now, what you're seeing out here is about 2 years worth of work on our part. Basically, it's training a very basic foundation with Fredi, teaching her to move from pool to pool, following her trainer, and understanding what these large Q-tip type things are. These are giant target holes. Basically, Fredi is trained to follow our hand in a target. And if we want to reach out to the center of the pool, or if we want to have her go to certain locations, we can take these target poles and use them as almost as an extension of our hand. Now you'll notice the way we're training Fredi is the same way we train our dolphins, our killer whales, our sea lions, and our birds. It's all called positive reinforcement. And basically, every time the animals do what we ask them to do correctly, they get something that they like. Now the way we let them know they did the correct thing, you just heard Randy blow the whistle. And that whistle is what lets them know you did exactly what we're looking for. Come on back to stage and you're going to get a nice handful of fish. You might get a rub down. You might get anything that you might find enjoyable or reinforcing. That could be a favorite toy. It could be time with a favorite trainer. It could be anything. Now another behavior we're working on with Fredi, we're training her to do, is to slide up out of the water. As she goes there, you can see she's sliding her whole body up out of the water. Pretty cool. Yeah. She can hear you when you clap, by the way, just so you know. Oh, that's good. So eventually what you'll see is we're training this behavior little baby steps at a time. We're teaching her to slide up where the water's shallow, and eventually we're teaching her to slide completely out of the water right up here on stage so you can get a great view of her. And also, those of you that are over on this side, you can see in this one side, we have a very large silver scale, and we're teaching her to slide up on the scale so we can weigh them once or twice a week. Now there are behaviors aside from show behaviors that we train with our animals that are very important, if not more important than the show behaviors. And they are behaviors that help us better take care of them physically. Now what you're going to see here in a second is Randy is going to ask Fredi to roll over onto her back and present her tail flukes to us. Oh. Listen carefully. We might have some vocals here from Fredi. All right, we're moving back on to the rollover. You see, Fredi's been trained to roll over, present her belly, move all the way down and give us her tail flukes. And this is because this is where our veterinary staff can come and get a voluntary blood sample from Fredi. So we can reach right down here, you can see where her veins are, and we can get a voluntary blood that way. That helps us to better take care of these guys. Pretty exciting. So we're just about out of time with Fredi here, so what we're going to do is we're going to ask her to leave the front pool and to go up to our side pool. And this is extremely important because if she refuses, or if she chooses not to leave the front pool and go up to the side, then we can't have a show. So Randy's giving her a nice point. There we go. Oh, it's not done yet. She's made her way to the back. Our good friend Kyle is going to close the door. There it goes. And once we latch it, we can then move on. Guys, I want to thank you so much for coming out a couple of minutes early. That's pretty cool. Yes, thank you. We're going to start Blue Horizons in about 10 minutes. And hopefully in the coming months, you'll get a chance to come back and see Fredi actually perform in the Blue Horizons show. So thank you very much. We'll see you in about 10 minutes and enjoy the show. Thanks, everybody.